crispy.
So, new video. This one is going to feature X-Men pretty heavily. And to start out, we're doing this Apocalypse cable shot. I don't know when I'm going to get around to doing the next run, but what's coming up next is X-Men, the original X-Men versus Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I got some pretty cool shots planned out for them, and then possibly Storm and some other ones. But for now, we just got Cable here hiding from Apocalypse. We got this rocky terrain. If you look at it, there's actually there's a light underneath there to get that red glow off the rocks, the yellow in the background, and it just makes for a cool scene. So that's pretty much what's going on here. But Cable's running from him. Apocalypse is trying to take him out, yeah, that's about it. Really cool picture. Turned out very well. Really like it. Kind of hitting all those colors from the color wheel. The blue, red, and yellow are all kind of tied together on the yellow or on the color wheel to make the picture pop more. So that's the reasoning for that color background and everything else. But yeah, just a very layered rocky terrain Apocalypse shot with Cable. So let's go on to the next shot. So here we've got a classic Weapon X shot with Wolverine running, covered in blood. We got some wiring in the background that's, he's probably cut, and there's electricity flying out of the tips of it and everything. And then this computer screen on the back right I kind of used to fill in some of the dead space, so it's not just that background that I normally have. So, yeah, always fun doing another Weapon X shot. I love this figure. It's one of my favorite figures of all time. And yeah, he needs more love, so he's back on back on my radar, back on my Instagram, YouTube, everywhere else. So yeah, very happy to use this figure again. So anyways, yeah, let's go on to another one. So here's our next shot. It's a New Mutants shot. We got 5 of the original New Mutants. We don't have Karma here. I just couldn't find a way to make it look even with her, even getting Warlock in there. I thought about using Warlock or Magma, and it just seemed too tight. So we got a cool shot with 5 of the, original New Mutants and stuff. And this is basically them going into Limbo, which is where Magic was raised, the girl in the middle. But yeah, and she's a teleporter, so she's teleporting them in. And up here we got this Tamashi effect is the big explosion in the background. This one on the ground in front of Magic is one that it came from Luke's toy store on his annual sale. And then we got a bunch of garden rocks and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty cool, dynamic, fun shot of them teleporting. Very happy with this one. Very, very pleased with it. So anyways, yeah, cool. Oh, and there's a fluorescent bulb in the back to help light that explosion up. And yeah, that's about it. So very cool. Very happy with it. All right, so for our next shot, we got a paneled shot. This is the origin of Juggernaut. And we have Flint Marko in the cave where the Crimson Gem of Sidorak, I believe is what it was called, is. And he's about to touch the gem itself, where he gets his powers for Juggernaut. And Xavier's walking into the cave. This is straight out of the comics right here. But I got this gem here. Point a laser pointer into it. Hopefully it helps light it up. This gem actually is from this cartoon from the 80s called something Tex. I don't remember what it was, but it's a cowboy. It's a really weird cowboy cartoon where it's so hard to explain. Yeah, I don't know. They were great figures, great articulation for the time, but they didn't last very long. But they were very cool toys. I wish I could remember what they were called. But if somebody thinks of it, put it in the comments or something. But yeah, so this is the first panel right here. The next one is going to be him holding the gem itself, and then there'll be a third one with him as Juggernaut. So let's go on to those next two. So here's the next panel of that shot. This is him actually holding the stone, and then I did this crazy background, crazy red background, just to have some kind of, I don't know, it's like a energy, transferring into him and stuff. So there's actually going to be a fluorescent bulb behind the tissue paper that's going to get it an extreme, I don't know what you would say, like it's actually on fire, the way the light will work behind it, and after I make camera adjustments, it'll just look a lot brighter, a lot more intense, just to kind of give it a look as if there's power coming from behind him or something. So anyways, yeah, and there's this, if you look at the gem, there's a bunch of gaps in there. I'm just trying to make it as symmetrical as possible, get his face in there. I did change the heads. If you notice from the last shot, he kind of had a calm head, like Curious head, and then this one he's got the classic Juggernaut head, actually from the Excalibur set Juggernaut, where it's a very angry, intense face. So yeah, next one, we get the Juggernaut costume. Let's go to that one. And then last but not least, we have the final transformation of Juggernaut into, Kane Marco into Juggernaut. So yeah, really turned out amazing. Really like it. Very happy with this paneled shot. I actually already put it together, before, just to make sure that this is the right shot and everything. Make sure there's nothing missing. But yeah, it looks great. It's a very good X-Men Origins villain shot. So panel shot anyway. So anyways, yeah, let's do at least one or two more. Okay, so now we are going to do a paneled shot using some of the second generation X-Men and an arcade custom I got from Luke. I kind of stopped with the arcade review, or the custom reviews, because I just don't have the time for it. I don't even have time to finish the Endgame ones at this point in time. I just kind of got off on this tangent, and I'll get to the other reviews for Endgame, but it's gonna be a while. So, but yeah, this shot is for to show off arcade, and we're gonna do some panel shots with let me think, Wolverine and Cyclops and Banshee, and we're just going to get a good variety of stuff going here. So this is the first one. We got Storm in a hallway that's closing in on her, and she's freaking out. So basically, good old-fashioned, Storm and her claustrophobia issues. So got a couple of 3 pieces of styrofoam brick walls I got. I'm going to frame it, to where we don't see this doorway here, the edge of that there, and it's going to look like this is closing in on her, and that'll be the first shot. Yeah, so let's go on to another one. So our next shot is Wolverine escaping a trap door full of flames and stuff, and he's just hanging on from the edge. A little bit of singeing going on in his foot, but other than that, he escaped the trap door. But yeah, this is basically a fluorescent bulb with some red tissue paper over it, and then some polyester fuzz for some steam. A little bit of background stuff going on there, and then that flame sitting directly on top of the fluorescent bulb to get it a nice glow. So yeah, like this one. This is a pretty good one right here, for Wolverine. Very pleased with it. So let's go on to Banshee. So here's our next shot using Banshee. This accessory, this steel ball here, I got from Luke's Toy Store with the arcade, custom. And just figured I'd do a shot with that. This actually is supposed to be Colossus, but for whatever reason I can't find my Colossus bag. I must have put it in the wrong case, so it's missing in action right now. It's somewhere in my hobby room, but who knows when I'll find it. So I just figured out to use Banshee instead. Always good to have him in here. Yeah, so we got 2 more shots left. We need one of an X-Men, and we need one of Arcade. So we'll go with the X-Men next. So here's our last X-Men shot. We got Cyclops being surrounded by Sentinels and a few other he's taken out. Forgot I actually was going to do a couple polyester fuzz, you know, little drops on his, or little pieces of fuzz on the chest of the Sentinel and the back of the other Sentinel, just to make it seem like they've been shot. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, so you can't really see it very well, but sometimes less is more. But we got smoke coming off, you know, each of the Sentinels, just to give it a look like he's taking them out. You know, you can never really have enough, you know, little bits of details to your, you know, toy photography shots. It's always best to get every little bit in you can, and I don't always do that. I find myself rushing a lot just because I don't have as much time to get in here as I wish I did. But yeah, that's just the situation. You can only have so much time to this, and I can only add so much detail in the time allotted for each shot. So anyways, speaking of which, let's get to that last shot of Arcade, and then we'll be done with this run. So here's our final shot of this run in this video. It's Arcade. This is going to be a paneled shot with him in the middle, and then the 4 different pictures of X-Men going through their trials off to the side. So I wanted to do more, but it's already so crowded with just 4 panels and then him in the dead center. But it should look cool either way. And this is just him being surrounded by his computer, bunch of computers for all the different games he has going on that are trying to take out the X-Men. And I just used a bunch of you know, electric panels that laying around. This front one in front of him is from GeoForce, a movie, a talking animal movie. It's horrible. I went to it with my kid about 10 years ago. It really wasn't very good. Stupid talking animal movie. This one on the left came from Luke's toy store, right behind his baton arm. And then the background is from Luke's toy store. And then this one on the right is a control panel from Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, we just needed to have him surrounded by computers, as if he's controlling all the actions of what's going on. And we have our Arcade paneled shot. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. I'm glad I finally got to. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for this video. I probably won't get in the lab for a while, but once I do, I'll have more stuff coming as usual. So, anyways, thanks for viewing, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Keep an eye out for my new videos, probably featuring X-Men. I got to get those Endgame reviews done. And yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up. But it's summer, and I like to have fun in the summer, so it's hard to get back in the lab. But I will do my best to get here. So anyways, thank you guys for viewing. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye.